Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and it's time for an analysis of the sixth studio release from the American pop, once alternative rock band Panic at the Disco. This project here is entitled Pray for the Wicked. This Las Vegas band has seen all of its members but one disappear, and the only one left at this point is Brendon Urie, so he's in charge of writing and recording now. Besides its roster being refined over the years, Panic at the Disco has also lost its guitar-driven sound and has replaced it with a more approachable pop styling with flares of big band instruments from the mid-1900s. This is certainly the case with their two most recent releases. As the biggest influence for this new record, Brendon Urie was on Broadway for the show Kinky Boots, and he has honed in on shaping his vocals to sound like this theatrical delivery. And you know what? It pays off. Vocally, I feel like this album is powerful and entertaining. However, it's the lyrics that are the major roadblock to this album's success, as everything's just repeated into oblivion with very generalized references to religion. But if you can forgive the album's lyrics, the missing guitars, and accept the fact that Panic at the Disco has gone for more of a party, feel-good sound, then this album might be up your alley. So the track listing kicks off with the two singles that were released a couple months ago. The first one attempts to debunk the ideas of silver linings and cherries on top in the most unfortunate circumstances of life. Essentially what Brendon Urie is doing in the song is telling people, hey, let's change things so they are good and not just see the potential good in a bad situation. So after starting with what sounds like the intro from Here by Alicia Cara, the song erupts with a burst of inspirational energy and theatrical horns. The song has everything produced from the drums to the guitars, but in the right setting. This song will be an absolute bop at a party, and it's a sterling start to the album. Say Amen, Saturday Night is the other single. It's an okay song. It starts off with this very Panic at the Disco-like verse, which I can vibe with, but I feel like it's a little out of place and inconsistent with the rest of the song's energy, as I feel like Brendon Urie is having difficulties transitioning away from his older rock influence to this newer party influence. The chorus in Say Amen has the literal definition of an anthem in it. It's something that will be easily sung back at a concert or while being drunk. But while being sober, this song is just meh. Lastly, a random side note, but the vibrant horns in the chorus kind of give me an Egyptian vibe. I don't know why. But moving on to the next track, Hey Look Ma, I Made It. This is really the first letdown in the track listing. It opens with this very encouraging and hopeful, superb chemistry between the guitar and the piano, but then they just disappear and are replaced with electronic drums playing the simplest party beat ever. The overly compressed keyboards and horns, the forgettable melody. I feel like this song just took way too much influence from a newer style Fall Out Boy. High Hopes is a killer cut on this track listing. It is my favorite by far on this album. It just has this great vocal performance balanced with the perfect touches of horns and strings. I feel like this is the perfect representation of what Brendon Urie was trying to aim for with this kind of big band type of sound from the mid-1900s, but he also puts like more of a modern spin on it. And in the song's composition, the switch between the bridge and the chorus has got to be one of the most passionate and spirited of the entire year. Roaring Twenties is a track with a big band dance kind of feel to it. However, a more modern Sinatra kind of sound to it, with the pulse being provided by the infectious horns and drums. So yeah, it's a guilty pleasure kind of song just for its sound, but then the lyrics kind of let me down. They're as wannabe edgy and angsty as Halsey's Americana, which is quite sad. And if I have to be reminded of Halsey with the most simplistic and shallow references to weed, yeah, I feel like this is probably one of the most horrid and watered down lyrical efforts of the entire year. And now this is when the album absolutely becomes an unstoppable train wreck. The next song, Dancing's Not a Crime, is the most modern equivalent to Footloose with
preachy
qualities, and that's putting it lightly. The only potent and effective parts of this song are the falsetto punches of the words "without you" with the infectious horn lines to go with them. But it's a song full of confrontation. The sections don't bleed well into each other, and it's just a boring piece of pop with one minuscule highlight. So altogether, this song is going to be hard to come back out of context of the album, and it's going to be a hard listen to get through from front to back in its runtime. One of the Drunks is a song that has a catchy chorus, but the verses and bridge are near identical when being compared to the other songs on this project, which is becoming an emerging theme for this review. The Overpass is a cut that sounds like a leftover from Death of a Bachelor. It's very extravagant and rich sounding, but it's painfully middle of the road and not very memorable. Yes, the punchy horns come through again, but the hook in the song will just be left behind in the album's dust. King in the Clouds is by far the worst single that was released on this album. As a song, I feel like it strives to be a knockoff of Victorious from the previous album, as it travels into zany off-the-wall territory with emphatic shouts in the chorus that are about as interesting as watching paint dry. Old Fashioned is a cut off this record that finally has a guitar in the front of the mix, but sadly only to be juxtaposed to this very obnoxious and irritating horn sound. So for a song that tries to sprinkle in guitar, it ends up being one of the worst on this entire project. And here we are at the final track,
Dying in LA,
which chugs along with these vigorous strings in the background. In addition to this, I could see the song's lyrical concepts playing out on just about any Big Bang Theory episode with its failing waitress/actress, but sure, let's make a overdramatic piano ballad out of it and just make me question what's worse, the TV show or the music. So yeah, this song is very misguided and inappropriate for the track listing, especially when its high points are the ones that dabble with the feel-good party sound. So overall, I do love the attempts to throw in the punchy horns to get more of a in-your-face kind of feel with the melodies, but I feel like Pray for the Wicked is more of a release meant for hardcore fans or people that just don't want to focus too much on the lyrics and just party. So with its couple of highlights and so many sore spots on this album, I can't really give it anything higher than a 4 out of 10. But you know what? Sound off down below in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. You guys might end up liking this album. That's the power of music. It's very subjective. So agree or disagree, I'm here to engage with you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. My name is Ryan from True North Reviews, and as always, have a rockin' day. Thanks for watching.